Doo-doo-dee. It's Nandi!
Hello friends, I'm back today with a quest video for Forcas, who was one of the most popular hero release events in recent history. If you haven't done so yet, check out my character showcase to see why people are so excited about this Dark Angels character. In view of the hype around the character, I thought I would do a quest guide to help people earn more shards. On screen here, I'm cycling through the characters from each of the 3 factions that I used for this event, along with their relevant skill levels. You might be able to get away with lower levels depending on your luck. A quick shout out to Pi, who has been invaluable in putting this together. His referral code is on screen as a thank you. A few quick things to point out as reminders for Forcas. His passive means that he does more damage when there are more units around him, be that friend or foe. The second thing is his sweep attack. This doesn't distribute damage equally. It does the most damage to the target in the middle and then slightly less damage to targets on both sides. Just bear that in mind when you're targeting enemies. With the basics out of the way, let's get to the walkthrough. Mission 1 starts us off nice and easy. It asks us for no psychic or piercing damage. We use Azrael and Bellator. On turn 1, we change Forcas' stance to sweep and target the middle Poxwalker, killing all 3 units. Bellator attacks the Poxwalker on the right, and Azrael's active kills the 3 on the left. For Common 2, we are asked to avoid characters with Rapid Assault. Here we use Azrael, Incisus, and Certus. We start by moving our units forward as shown, and a series of Overwatch hits helps to whittle down the oncoming enemies. On turn 2, we change stance with Forcas to sweep and kill 3 Poxwalkers on the right side. Incisus kills another, and then Azrael uses his active on the Plague Marine, who Certus then finishes off. On turn 3, we heal with Incisus' active and finish the fight. For Common 3, we are asked not to create any summons. We use Certus, Incisus, Burchard, and Godswill. On turn 1, Godswill moves down the right flank and kills a Plague Marine with his active, moving into its position and blocking enemy movement. Incisus and Forcas stay some distance behind, while Certus and Burchard kill another Plague Marine on the left. On turn 2, Godswill kills 2 more Poxwalkers to make some room for Forcas to move in and do a sweep attack to kill 3 more. Incisus heals Godswill and Burchard's active kills 2 more Poxwalkers. That is the crux of the fight. You'll need to spend a few more turns using your heal, especially as Godswill will have taken a lot of damage over the fight. For Uncommon 1, the restrictions are no bolter damage and no ranged characters. We use Incisus and Godswill. Godswill moves along the left to attack the Plague Marine, and Forcas goes through the middle. Incisus stays back and safe. Forcas kills some Poxwalkers with his Overwatch. On turn 2, Godswill and Incisus clean up the left flank before Forcas takes the barbed wire low ground in the middle and kills 1 Poxwalker, finishing the other with his Overwatch. Your units slowly move across the map, and the main thing is to deal the final blow with Godswill, in case Resilient means that the final unit doesn't die to Forcas. For Uncommon 2, we avoid psychic damage. We use Incisus, Godswill, and Burchard. Godswill uses his active to kill the top left Plague Marine, and Forcas attacks the one next to it. The rest of our units follow close by. On turn 2, Burchard attacks the Plague Marine on the barbed wire, while Forcas changes stances and attacks the cluster of 2 Marines next to him. This sets them up perfectly for Godswill to move in and kill both with the extra damage from his passive. Incisus does a bit more damage, but that is the key sequence of moves. Remember to heal with Incisus' active before ending the fight. For Uncommon 3, we just use Bellator and Burchard and have 2 empty character slots. We start by moving Burchard to the right, and his active ability should kill 3 Poxwalkers. The rest of our units remain where they are. Forcas' Overwatch deals with a few Poxwalkers. On turn 2, Bellator summons on the bottom left Poxwalker. Forcas attacks a Plague Marine on the bottom right, and when Burchard attacks the other Marine, then the splash damage from his passive should kill Forcas' original target. If the passive doesn't kill it, don't worry because Forcas' Overwatch should finish it anyway. After that, it should be straightforward to finish. Just remember that Pestilent explodes, so you're going to want to move Forcas away before you deliver the killing blow. For Rare 1, the restrictions are no infiltrate nor summons. Here we use Incisus and Burchard. We send both Forcas and Burchard up to attack the enemy. By virtue of being on barbed wire, the enemies all attack Burchard, who tanks quite well. Forcas has a sweep attack on turn 2, and Burchard also uses his active to kill the guardsman. There is a generous time limit here, so just remember to heal before ending the fight. For rare 2, there are no plasma weapons and we use the same characters. On turn 1, Forcas changes to sweep stance and attacks the Plague Marine. Burchard stands behind him and a basic attack on the Plague Marine finishes off the adjacent guardsman and Incises overcomes the resilient trait. On turn 2, once more Forcas' sweep does some area of effect damage and Incises attacks the Plague Marine. Burchard's active kills all 3 remaining guardsmen and that leaves just the Plague Marine alive for us to heal and finish the fight. For rare 3, we take Sarcoil and Incises for the no bolter damage restriction. Forcas moves into the middle and attacks the guardman in the trench while the others stay in a line behind him. Some Overwatch attacks later and we reposition to the right. Sarcoil uses his active on the guardsman and Forcas again kills enemies in Overwatch. On turn 3, it is simply a case of doing some more dancing as Overwatch whittles away our enemies and we keep using Incises' heal. Killing the final Poxwalker with Overwatch from Forcas still gives us a lightning victory. For rare 4, we are asked to use Dark Angels only, so we bring Azrael, Barakiel, and Sarcoil. We start by sending Azrael over to the right side of the map and use his active. Sarcoil uses his active on the left flank of Poxwalkers. Forcas guards the bridge and Barakiel deep strikes into position. On turn 2, Barakiel sends some plasma to kill more Poxwalkers and we reposition out of range of the oncoming Plague Marine. We kill the final enemy on the final turn. For rare 5, we are asked not to use rapid assault characters. Here we take Azrael, Certus, Incises, and Brother Burchard into battle. Azrael moves forward and kills a unit, which frees up space for Forcas to take the damage power up. Bellator flies and picks up the health power up and summons an Inceptor to kill a Poxwalker. Our remaining units walk into the middle. On turn 2, we change stances with Forcas and attack Rotbone, killing him and the Poxwalker. If he doesn't die, that's okay, just use Brother Burchard's active on him as well. You should still hopefully end up with a battlefield that looks similar to this, where it is just the Plague Marines against our 5 characters. You have plenty of time to heal and finish the fight. For Epic 1, we are asked to take no damage. We use Burchard and Sarcoil. On turn 1, we simply reposition toward the bottom of the map and wait for the Marines. We change stance with Forcas, Sarcoil does his active ability, and our units should be able to clean up fairly easily. For Epic 2, we use Bellator, Incises, and Godswill for the no ranged characters restriction. On turn 1, we move Forcas through the middle, change his stance to sweep, and attack the middle Plague Marine. Bellator summons an Inceptor on the right, and Incises kills the middle guardsman. That should give enough room for Godswill to move through the middle and use his active on the Plague Marine and kill it. If your Godswill passive isn't high enough, this Marine might survive, but that doesn't change the strategy nor this opening. There will be some movement RNG depending on your damage rolls, but the core opening sequence should get you through the stage. Just remember to heal before finishing the fight. For the final epic stage, the restriction is no final vengeance. We use Bellator, Incises, Burchard, and Godswill. Corodius is pretty random in terms of AI, sometimes summoning when standing still, and sometimes moving and summoning and then sometimes just moving. The same core sequence applies to all outcomes. Burchard kills the bottom left Poxwalker, and we wait in the bottom left with the rest of our units, with Forcas at the front of the formation to overwatch the oncoming enemies. On turn 2, Burchard's active from high ground gets rid of the softer enemies. In this particular replay, Forcas changes to sweep stance, Godswill applies an armor debuff, and Forcas attacks the left Plague Marine. Godswill finishes the right one, and Bellator summons on the left. After that, you have plenty of time to kill the remaining units. In this second replay, you can see that despite us doing the same thing, Corodius runs down and summons. It's not a problem, and the same opening lets us overwatch some Poxwalkers before Burchard's high ground active kills a bunch of enemies. We adjust slightly, and it still gives the time and space to finish the fight easily. I'll let this replay run through in case you have similar AI. For the Legendary stage, we are asked to use non-Gravis armor units. We only take 4 units in total, and they are all capped at gold 1. If you don't have Azrael, anyone else can swap in. You just need somebody that can deal 1.7k damage to a Poxwalker at the very start. As mentioned, Azrael does a basic attack and kills a Poxwalker before Sarkwail's active does some area of effect damage to the same group. Forcas does a normal attack after being surrounded by allies and enemies and one-shots Maladus. His Overwatch helps to deal with some oncoming units. On turn 2, our weaker gold 1 units retreat backwards and we put Forcas in the middle of the map. They continue to heal while Forcas holds position and kills Plague Marines over the coming turns. On turn 4, Sarkwail uses his recharged active to make some space for Forcas to finish the fight against Typhus, remembering that we need to heal before the end of the battle.